Hey guys. Hi, let me turn my volume down here so there's no echoing on you guys here. Hi Jeff, Tracy, Irene, see if I missed anybody else at the top. Pterodactyl, Matt, NV Cat, Miss Penny. Hi guys. Thank you for coming. I hope everybody's having a good day.
Yes, absolutely. Let me get to the stream on my end so I can follow along because I feel left out.
Yep, no problem. No problem.
Oh shit! Hold on, my bad.
Would you click the wrong thing?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. There we go. No, I accidentally brought both of them up.
Oh. Gotcha. So, Sean is going to share with us today, do some screen sharing. I don't know much about it. I actually didn't even hear about it till he told me. So I'm pretty excited. So I think figured it'd be a good idea. We do have to stop it like every so often just to like do some type of commentary so we don't get flagged. So but just wanted to let you guys know.
Are you hearing an echo, Jules, or no?
Not really.
Okay. All right, because I was but now it seems to be okay.
I did at first when I had my volume up higher. Hey Jay Tello, thanks for coming, honey. Yeah, it has been a while since you've been on here. Definitely glad to see you.
Okay, let me go to the stream. PP Miss Extra, so I have it on my phone.
Oh, your daughter was born, Jay. Yay, congratulations.
Yes, congrats, absolutely. Heck yeah.
That's so awesome. That's super exciting. And it was your first, right, Jay, you said? I forget when you left, when you said you were having a baby. I think you said it was your first. Such a huge deal. And you got yourself a girl, so now you're gonna go into, yes, okay, it is your first. So now you're gonna go into, protective mode, like nobody better talk to my daughter, like security guard with red velvet ropes all through high school, right? That's so awesome. I'm so happy for you, Jay. I bet she's beautiful.
Yeah, that is awesome. Congrats. Absolutely. Okay, let me go to the stream.
Hey, Dragonfly, thank you for coming, honey.
Let me go to YouTube over here.
I'm gonna put my ponytail up higher because it was way too low on my neck. Dragonfly, you weren't in here, but Variety is gonna screen share. I think it was like a story or something that had happened like this week. I didn't hear anything about it, so I, had no idea, but I told him definitely we should do it because I'd be excited. Definitely will be nice to see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot you weren't in here either, Jay. But yeah, so Variety's gonna screen share something that happened. Like he'll be able to explain better because I didn't even hear about it until he told me.
Yeah,
Um,
the situation with Andy Dick, he was arrested for sexual assault on an adult male. He's been um like couch surfing and different RV streamers streams lately.
wow.
And yeah, I follow a lot of those people. I also see a lot of people from this community in those IRL streams.
Yep.
So he was in an RV with a bunch of people, and all they do is drink and do drugs all day and night.
Right.
Um, so he was getting cozy with this one guy JJ, and that's
Hmm.
who he supposedly assaulted in this particular instance. So I'll screen share what happened,
Yep.
because it's an adult assault,
Yep.
which we to bring awareness to that because it can happen. Um,
Right.
so let
Yep.
me go to
That's what I
share.
said. It's like, it can happen to anybody, no matter how old,
Hmm.
you know.
Absolutely.
No, Dragonfly, Andy, he said Andy Dick. She said, wait, Andy D from here?
I think that's Andy E.
Oh, it's a different Andy Dragonfly.
Yeah,
But no, he's talking about the actor, right?
yeah, comedian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
comedian or whatever. Yeah.
he's an actor too. He's been in movies with Adam Sandler. He's like a Tom Green type of person in a sense, if
Right. Okay,
people
because
know
that's
who.
what I was gonna say.
Yep. All right, let me go to share screen. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm on my laptop. Normally, I'm on my phone, but I'm on my laptop today. Um,
You're good there. Hey,
okay.
Joan, thank you for coming, honey.
Share screen.
Exactly, Dragonfly. Just shut the hell up. You're like me. I can't type or talk, so it's been a long week, like I said. Hey, Locksmith, thank you for coming.
What's up, Lock? Um, okay. Let me wait till I see everything on my phone. Um,
Cheers. How is everybody doing while he's setting that up? Is everybody's week going okay? I hope. I know mine's been literal like chaos all week. Um, right after I got off stream last week, you guys, I was told my sister was in the hospital and she went in on Monday, but her fiance didn't bother to tell us till Wednesday. So I had no idea, but she was in a medically induced coma.
mm,
Um, so, and because she was choking on something, so she, I guess, has a small trach, like, so whatever she was choking on, they couldn't get it out. So they rushed her to one hospital, and at that hospital, they happened to do like the x-rays and whatnot, and they found double pneumonia. So, but she was like deteriorating pretty quick, like her lung was starting to bleed and all that, whatever. So they didn't have an ICU at that hospital. So they had to then take her by ambulance from that hospital to another hospital where she stayed in ICU, and then they put her in the medically induced coma. And then like she had they said they did something with her trach, but she was also on the BiPAP, a ventilator, um, with the sedation because she's a heavy alcoholic too. So she was going through withdrawal while she was sedated. So her muscles were like contracting like hardcore, and they
mm-hmm,
couldn't get her, to like her muscles to tame down. So they also had to put her on a paralytic while she was sedated. So she had to be, in a full medically induced coma. Um, but
mm-hmm,
she's actually doing better. They did two ventilator tests. The first two she failed, so she couldn't, breathe without it. And then like two yesterday, I think, or the day before. they did the ventilator test again, and she finally was able to go, an hour and then a little more without it. So she's now breathing on her own and should be able to come home tomorrow. So it's been chaos.
Yeah, we're praying. Absolutely. That's
Thanks.
yep, that's for sure. Okay, so we got the screen share going. So in this clip, before I started, Andy Dick is on the left, and the kid JJ is on the right. Now, Andy Dick is 56 years old. He's hanging out with like 20-something-year-old streamers.
Yeah.
And this is the kid that he violates because the kid on the right woke up in the bed next to Andy with lotion on his butt. Okay.
Wow.
Now, Andy was too drunk to do any type of penetration with his penis. That was apparent. So he must have did some type of. I'll just let it play out, but it's sad,
Wow.
Okay, let me play it.
Advantage of JJ, do not let Andy sleep next to
Oh, just so everybody knows, also what you hear too is these IRL streamers, they have stuff like donation alerts set up in Power Chat, which people can donate to straight through the stream, like the text to speech that some people have, and the media. So they'll do like $2 or $3 text to speech, and like whatever for media. So that's what you'll be hearing.
Okay.
JJ, do not let Andy hump JJ. You guys have to protect JJ. Please don't let JJ out of your sight around Andy. Do not let Andy take advantage of JJ. Do not let Andy sleep next to JJ. Do not let
And they're
Andy hump
predicting it too
JJ.
before it happens.
JJ's 40 years old. He knows what he's doing, okay?
JJ's 40. Oh my goodness, no, he's not.
But you gotta sleep next to me.
These people are nuts. So Andy is touching him right now, and you'll see he starts to get uncomfortable.
But you're gonna sleep next to me.
God, don't you wish that you had? I don't know if you have any.
Shivering.
I mean,
Burgers?
You guys in the chat here,
Yeah,
good?
is that
Just so I
funny to
know.
you?
I'd have to think hard about that one. That's a good one. Do you?
Well, I read. Let's not really
Well,
talk
I
about
do
these.
want to know.
We'd be here all day if we started.
But do
talking
you have
about
one?
We were talking about my regrets. We'd never get out of here.
Tom Green.
As much success. I'm unfamiliar, completely unfamiliar with this. You know what I'm saying?
Can we have Tom Green come over one of these days?
My boy is so fucking strong.
Let me pause it here because I'm getting okay. So Rob said, saw this video and do you sick as fuck? Gucci's, yes, Nat. So you know these people. Gucci's she's a fucking mess and a half. Yesterday she got her ass beat. Did you see that? Nat,
really?
5 girls on the beach jumped her and bloodied her face. I got that video too, but that'll be for a different.
Damn.
Yeah, she it was a big mess. But can you guys hear the audio good? Let me know in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I just typed to them.
A little hard. Okay, I'll turn it up.
And I'll mute my end.
All good.
Yeah.
He really is. He's fucking strong as fuck, man. So if anybody wants to fuck with me or my boy
Where do you get this stuff?
or us together,
You hungry? I was looking at that too, like maybe like
yeah, you
6
need,
hours ago.
you need to eat. You fucking
Yeah, you
work
need to
out
eat
stuff
more
like
than that.
eat anything.
There's a steak here.
Yep. That's from today. He is actually a little gay, but he admitted to me.
I've
said-
never admitted anything.
Yes, he said you were bi.
I've never said that.
I saw you
Yes,
guys kissing
you
behind
did.
the camera.
No.
You know, I was like,
I feel like you're grooming him, dude.
What?
I feel like you're trying to groom him.
He's what? What?
I'm gay.
I don't fucking give a shit about that. I'm not. I don't give it. I don't want to be with him sexually. I like him as a friend. Why are you guys stopping us from being friends? You guys are like freaking.
dude, it's not even a big deal. Like we're just getting ratchet right now. We're in the freaking place. Just getting freaking ratchet. Just like dude, like any freaking like dude, we're like dude, we're just getting freaking raw. Like whatever, dude.
What color were the Beatles' boots?
Yellow.
Black.
Black.
Winter.
Chicken dinner.
Black.
There, my boy. Cooking, my boy. That's why I love him so much. I didn't know that. How did you?
Ew.
How did you?
70s.
Shut the fuck up.
Friggin'
You weirdo.
Fuck you.
so,
He's fine with it.
Dude, are you okay with that?
black boots.
No, him fucking like being like fucking like singing and shit.
Was he?
I mean, if you like it, it's not my conversation. If you don't, like,
He
let me
loves
know.
me. Shut the fuck up. You don't know our relationship.
I
Oh,
fucking know
I
fucking
never-
him,
I
dude.
never touched his dick or anything like that.
Yeah, well, don't. Unless he says it's okay.
Fuck you. I won't.
Was,
Unless
Good.
I'm going to stop it there on that clip, so I can just stop it for a second.
Now, did that girl or whoever say, I feel like you're trying to groom me or groom him?
Groom him. She was talking about, yeah, that's Gucci's that Nat was speaking about.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So I'll fast forward to the part 2 where he wakes up, he realizes he's got petroleum jelly on his anus.
Yeah.
And he was sleeping next to Andy. So 2 and 2 equals 4 in this situation. Andy did something to him in his sleep.
Right.
Which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So let me start it back up.
Let's see. The following morning, JJ speaks of his
What
experience.
happened?
I think I got roofied and like raped or something.
He said, I feel like I got roofied and raped or something. That's what he said. Now he's talking to Captain, who is Captain Content, whose RV that is. Okay. Andy's still in the bedroom right now.
That's so crazy.
What you mean you
Yeah.
don't know?
Yeah.
I was just like in bed right now, and I smelled like certain parts of my body
In which bed?
in the back room.
In my room, right?
No, but I was in the other RV with Andy, and then
In his bed?
Yeah.
Why?
And then I have no idea. Like not even like in a weird way or like a
Why did you get in bed with this guy?
The last thing I remember, we were like on the phone with his fiance or something.
Yeah.
And then, like, I wake up, I come here, and then I check myself, and I'm like I smell parts of myself, and they smell like artificial smells. You know?
Oh no.
So I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't freaking know what to do.
Oh no. You were drunk. You passed out with this guy in his bed. And he touched you while we were sleeping.
That's exactly what happened.
Yes. He touched your penis.
And it was never consensual.
Right, exactly. Yep. Yep. Here's the thing. What do you want?
Oh.
Do you want repercussions for this? Because if you do, yes, that's what you do. That's what you do. If you want repercussions, yes, definitely. If you want consequences to be had about what happened tonight, yes, that's what you do. But that involves a process that's perhaps, I don't know.
Let me pause it. Right now they're asking him, do you want street justice or do you want to call the police? That's basically what they're alluding to. Do you want to fucking beat his ass or do you want to call the police? Okay.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah. Let me start it back up.
That
Like, should I? Like, what should I do?
True, Nat.
Or you
true.
bust
Yep.
him, but then he'll call the cops.
But, like, do you think he'd have an STD or something?
No, he didn't. I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Is that the one thing that I don't want to happen is like.
I believe you.
And you know what?
I'm gonna fast forward it to you can watch Andy's reaction to stuff. Andy was on the phone with his fiance. Now, people that
So
follow Andy, what
which one of these guys is the JJ? The one in the black or the red?
the black,
Okay.
the guy in the red, it's his RV. So when JJ goes to try to confront Andy about it, Andy's on the phone with his fiance. You know, the woman. Last I had seen, you know, I watched him like years ago when he was on like Wife Swap, and I don't even think he was married, but he was with some woman that had 2 kids, and they lived in the house, and he lived in an RV in the driveway.
Yeah.
This was like 10 years ago. So
Wow.
JJ is going to go and try to talk to Andy about it. Andy's still drunk as hell, and he's on the phone with his fiance. So let me
I won't bend over backwards.
I believe you.
You know what?
Why did you assault me in my sleep?
I never assaulted you in your sleep. Can you leave me alone and find my.
Who the American abortion sent $3 JJ. He only cares about his drugs, not your butthole. You need to shame him. Film him and let him know it's not okay to touch
Can you
people.
get away from me?
Don't stop filming him. Don't let him sexually bully you, JJ. Don't let him sexually bully you, JJ.
You guys are
Don't let him,
bullying me.
JJ.
Get away from me. Like, can you go?
What should I do, Andy?
Go out there. Wait. Just wait for the police. If you have the coke, it would be good. We just did it before they come. Can you go? You took my coke. I knew it. You did. Can you get? Can you go?
I'm just looking through my.
No. Okay. I get this is what you do. But can you like leave me alone for a little minute? I'm talking to my baby mama.
You can keep this, by the way. I know you took this out of my backpack, but you can keep this.
I didn't go in anyone's backpack.
I don't know. This is like a weird Korean like case, like lighter case. I mean,
it's crazy going from a comedian who was a multimillionaire, you know, in movies, to RV hopping, and you know, being involved in this situation like he is. Look at him; he's a fucking
Right.
mess.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like a hot mess. Like, you know, you're fully in your addiction, you know, like kind of wow.
Yep. He's drinking and he's talking about coke and everything else, and you know,
yeah, he gives zero fuck.
Yeah.
If you have a lighter that fits his case, you can have. Oh, never mind. No, you know what? You can freaking have it, dude. It's on the house. Do you want to film it? That would be really helpful.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Hold the camera?
Hold the camera?
Yes. I feel it's better if you do it than I.
I do it?
If you film the situation, yes.
Maybe.
As the...
I mean, they're going to have... I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to be accused of exploiting the situation for entertainment purposes.
But you're not...
That's my angle.
I mean, I've asked you for a favor, you know?
Yes. Listen, I can film it on my phone if you want me to as a private video.
But then...
But when I broadcast it, I'm going to be accused of exploiting the situation for entertainment purposes.
Are there any weapons in the... You guys have all been in there, right? You guys have been staying in there or whatever?
No. I got my own vehicle, my own recreational vehicle.
Have you guys been inside, though?
We have.
Have you seen any vehicles? Any weapons? I apologize.
No, sir.
Okay. Do we know who the owner is?
Yeah, he's one of our friends.
Where is he at?
I don't know. He lets Andy stay there. You know, he's been staying there for a while.
But did he come here with you guys?
Yeah, he was hanging out here with us yesterday.
But you don't know where he is right now?
No.
Okay. How do you guys all know each other?
We're YouTubers.
YouTubers?
Yes.
Okay.
Andy Dick is he's a celebrity.
Okay.
The we met him through like YouTube contacts.
Okay.
We all met each other through YouTube or other social networks.
Okay. And that's how you guys connected. Why did you guys decide to meet here?
Because here's where he's staying. We came to visit him.
He's staying here?
Yes, he's staying in this part.
Okay.
Like it seemed controlled though. Like there wasn't like he was like.
Did Devin ever say anything like stop touching me or stop doing this? Or...
Yeah.
What do you say?
He was.
Oh, your room? Yeah. What's up?
AP. What?
Sorry, I had to pause it for a second.
That's so nice.
What's going on? It's changing.
What did the police tell you?
They need my pants.
They need your pants.
They want to escort me into the hospital. So they said they can give me a ride to the hospital, but they can't give me a ride back to the RV.
Okay, I'll come get you. How far is it? 10,
In
20
Anaheim.
miles? Anaheim. All the way in Anaheim.
Yeah.
For real?
So the cops will escort me into the hospital, and then I'll be tested and set free or something.
Okay, I'll pick you up there later today. Yep.
Now, I'm gonna end the whole thing there because it's pretty much over. Let me stop sharing it. But
That's so crazy. Like, I'm like still like, wow. Like, what the hell? You literally went from being, a comedian and whatnot to like a whole ass, like, I mean, what the hell even is he? I mean, he seemed weird, to me. Anytime I've seen him, he just kind of gives off that vibe that he's like a creeper, but I don't, so I'm just like, wow, okay. Speechless, I guess. Wow. Well,
it's like
thanks.
at some point you gotta wrap up the nonsense. It's different when you're like Willie Nelson and you're 80 and you're still smoking pot. That's a different
Right.
story.
Right.
But when you're, even at 50, hold on, let me get off my my laptop and come back to my phone. Hold on, because I don't feel right up here on my laptop.
You're all good. Hey, Jordan, thanks for coming. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Irish meme. It's like, I mean, yeah, look, I mean, I'm not really surprised, but I'm like, just like, I don't know, like, why would you throw all that away? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why wouldn't you just go try to get help or, attempt to do something for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
try to make yourself right before you get to that point where you're allowing yourself to sexually assault another fucking grown ass man while he's sleeping. The hell?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
drunk or not, the dude was asleep. So there's zero permission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
I
it's
just wanted to share that as because I'm sure some people have heard about it, which we saw in the chat, and some people may not have. But it's
yeah,
just that's a huge fall from grace of being almost a like Chris Rock type of comedian back in your day. Because I think he started back in like 1992.
right. Yeah, I was gonna say it was early '90s. I thought,
and doing gigs all over the place, being in movies with a lot of big names, to being broke, couch
right,
surfing in RVs, and getting arrested for this.
right,
So
and
it's crazy.
that is very true too, Locke. Like celebrities, they do feel entitled, like, and that's what I said too. I think I typed it in the chat, but it's like the attitude he had when they came in there with the camera while he was on the phone with his fiance, like just so like matter of fact and like who gives a shit type, like
Mm-hmm.
oh, like he owns everything, like oh, I'm entitled, I deserve this. Like no, bro. Clearly you don't, and you clearly don't know what the hell you're doing because you're
Mm-hmm.
taking advantage of another grown ass man.
That's true.
I mean, that's
I think he's been a creepy. Oh, sorry. Let me put the comments up and slacking. He's been a creepy motherfucker. I knew it had to be a dude because he's definitely gay. Well, yeah, bi, but he does prefer men though, I believe, over women.
right.
Which listen, I'm all for anybody
Right.
being what you want to be and being who
But
you
with
want to be.
permission from the other,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like,
That's a bit
I
different,
mean,
baby mama. Yeah, exactly. That I don't even know if he has. Let me see this. Let me
I was
Google
just
this
gonna
if
say,
he
does he
has
have
kids.
kids?
There was kids in the wife when I seen that wife swap episode like 10 years. I think it was 2012. There was kids, but I don't know if they were his.
Right, because
Let
I
me,
was gonna say, I thought he, like you even, I think even you said it too, that he at once had a girlfriend or something that had kids, but I don't know if he personally had kids. I mean, it's possible too, but let's see. I just got off the phone with substance addiction services.
yeah, he's got three. Lucas, uh, Meg, and Jacob. Three kids.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow.
Yep.
I'm surprised. I mean, I kind of like had a feeling a little maybe, but like,
There's a restraining order, but I don't know when it was taken out. It says Andy Dick must stay away from his wife and kids for 5 years.
oh wow. Is
Yeah.
that because of this or because something that previously happened though?
Let me see when this article was written.
Um,
2018. So
okay. So yeah, so he's had a little crazy going on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan S said, I just got off the phone with substance abuse addiction services. What you guys have gone through is forever worse than what I am, and I hope that you live beautiful lives and don't let it define you. I mean, I feel like anybody who wants recovery or, fights for their recovery is amazing. I mean, you can totally be an amazing person and be actively using, it doesn't change who you are by any means, but it is a struggle to get there. It's not easy, and it's definitely not easy to maintain, but clearly it's possible. You have to surround yourself with the right people, you have to know, who you can and can't be around, talk to, spend time with. When I got clean, I stopped talking to everybody, like everybody. I just shut everybody out. I deleted so many phone numbers, because for me personally, it was just easier to kind of like start with a clean slate. I felt like if I was going to talk to the same people I'd been around, especially those I knew who, you know, even possibly were using, not just the ones I knew were using, but the ones that were possibly using. That was me giving myself a chance to put my recovery at risk, and I felt like my recovery was worth more than that. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Congrats, Penrock. 5 years. That's
Well,
awesome.
good job, Penrod. That's awesome.
Heck yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I'll have 9 years in August. So weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Locke,
like,
it's not worth it, bro. It's definitely not. Like they say, oh, like, there's so many people that have that mindset that are like, oh, well, you can do it like once or twice and it not be a problem. No, you can't. No, you can't. I don't
mm-hmm.
care, who you are, what the situation is. You cannot, because even if it's not you're physically addicted to it, like you're mentally addicted to it. Some people like the pattern, the routine of what they're doing, not even so much as the drug itself, but the pattern of it.
Yeah, that's me. I'm just
Oh,
grabbing a link for Nat if she wants to hop up with us, if she's able to.
But yeah, Locksmith, I would definitely say stick with the weed, dude.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like, I feel like it's a lot harder when you get older, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, just not easy. Irish meme, wow, just looked him up. He has so many previous domestic violence charges. Oh, he does?
Mm-hmm. Oh
Wow.
yeah, he whacked one of his partners in the head with a beer bottle. Yeah, he's lived a crazy life, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. And so it's the same wife that he has the kids with? That he has all the domestics on?
No, that was a man. That was a man. He goes back and forth between men and women so many times. It's hard to keep track of who's who.
Right. Okay, so he has
Yeah,
domestics on a guy that he was with.
a guy and females too.
Wow,
There's
that's so nuts.
yeah.
It's like, I mean, obviously he's, like, I mean, I don't know. People like that, it's like, I just don't think that there is like real help for them. You know what I'm saying? Like at this
Mm-hmm.
point, I mean, look at where he is after all that he had originally accomplished, with the acting and, being a comedian. It's like you allowed yourself to get to this point. And yes, I say allowed because we do allow ourselves to do this if we, don't choose to try and get help, or at least speak up and say, hey, I might have a problem with hitting men or women, or, being violent in a relationship, but it's like we literally do it to ourselves half, and then the other half, it's like, if you can't control yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not
Mm-hmm.
speaking to nobody about it, like,
Yeah.
to at least
Yeah.
have somebody help make you accountable,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know?
What up, Matt?
What's up?
You sunbathing, I see.
How you doing, Miss Nat?
I'm good. So yeah, I talked to human resources at the hospital this morning.
Yep.
They took down everything they needed, so I'm waiting on a call back from somebody higher up now on that
Right.
guy. But he was grooming. He was a total groomer. He hit me up
This
on
is
Grindr.
the last guy, right?
Yep, the guy from a couple days ago.
Yeah.
The 32-year-old that does not look 32, but he is
No.
32.
He
Yeah.
sure don't. I was shocked. I'm like, you gotta be kidding.
The X-ray tech, that's him, right? The X-ray guy
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yep. It's so like nuts, like how they don't. Some of them are actually the age they say, but
Yeah.
it's like you literally gonna full on question that because I mean, a lot of them they look way older, like way older.
I don't look my age. Well, at least most people tell me that. So.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't at
Yeah.
all.
But this was crazy. So, like when he hit me up on Grindr, I dropped my number, but then the donut weirdo hit me up. So I didn't talk to Randy at all. And then he like rapid messaged me on Grindr, and I still didn't answer him. So on Monday, he texted the decoy account, like the phone number. So
Yeah.
he hit me up. So because he was rapid texting me, so I guess he's like, I'll just hit up the phone number. So he was totally like trying to like meet up. I told him I was 14 right away.
Yeah. He was desperate.
Yeah, literally like within like the third message from him, he was telling me how he was in my area that day. And I had to ask him for a picture though, so I could remember who he was. So he sent me his picture. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's so freaking sunny.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, I read the chats from that. I read most of the ones you posted.
Yeah, the ones I posted, but a lot of this was just a lot of grooming. He talked about his friend's wife. He was talking about my online classes and if they're online, how they work. So I actually asked the teacher exact details of how they work in case he was like quizzing me. So I got that. So he asked what I'm asking to find on Grindr rather than telling me to get off the apps. He was asking me what other apps I use. I don't know this but then he asked if I'm trying to meet people or keep stuff on the hush hush, which I thought was the stupidest question. Obviously, I'm trying to meet people and be on the hush hush because my age and I want to be discreet, like I told you before, idiot.
Right. I was gonna say you literally said you're a minor. Like, why would you be out announcing? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, he would I would tell him about how I smoke weed in my basement, and instead of him telling me that's not good, he just LOLs, asked me if I got any gay friends, just crazy stuff. He was the definition of a groomer. He didn't mention, I actually had to tell him he was boring, and he was like, oh, then is that what you want? You want to hook up? And that's then he initiated the meetup. And he was trying to say I asked him to meet up. No, he was asking multiple times. So, and he's being investigated too. So, hopefully he gets arrested.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
He had no remorse, as you guys saw.
Yeah, you could tell. He just seemed so matter of fact himself.
Then he's like, you don't know my address. She's like, you want me to say it on the camera? I will.
I don't want to say it because I'm live, but you know what?
And then she did, and
and then I said it, and you know what? I heard you can hear it because I had that mic.
Yeah,
you know what? He gave me permission to dox himself. He was like, I don't care, just say it, because he didn't think I knew. And then when I knew it, he was like blown away.
Oh yeah, he was pissed because he called your bluff, and it's like, well, okay.
He tried to at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I guarantee you don't know my address. Oh, really, buddy? Want to make a bet? Like, I ain't dumb. I do all my research before I come and meet your dumbass.
But I do want to say this. So, when I was playing phone tag with the hospital yesterday, one of the third times I called back when they transferred me to the imaging department, this motherfucker picks up I hung up the phone immediately. It's like, imaging in Jefferson, this is Randy. Click.
Oh man.
Like, I was like, what am I gonna, he's gonna recognize my voice. And first of all, who else is gonna be calling asking for a manager?
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Think about
Very
it.
true.
The next
Yep.
day. Like, so, but thankfully somebody called me back this morning from guest services, told me
Yeah.
they were forwarding to the correct person. And I was like, all right, then I'm just going to call HR. They're like, oh, well, that's who we forwarded all the info to. I said, perfect. I'm going to call them anyway. So I called
Right.
HR. So now they'll have two reports. They'll have a report from guest services about Randy Phillips, and then they'll have my call-in about
Right.
Randy Phillips.
Matt's like, I ain't waiting for y'all to be trying to play me out. I'm gonna call anyway, make sure they get my call.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, because
And
who
I
knows if they
actually
would have gave it.
told somebody on the floor, the first lady that answered like my first phone call yesterday, I was like, I'm calling about this guy Randy. He came to meet whom he thought was a 14-year-old boy. And she's like,
yeah.
Whoa, hold up. You got to talk to a manager.
It's like,
I was like,
fine,
okay,
baby, I
well,
just want to make you all aware.
Oh, he's going to be touching, children as an X-ray
Exactly.
tech. You're touching
he
everybody,
admitted to it. He
Yeah.
admitted to it in his interview. He said, yes, he's done surgery on children. And if I was the parents of those children, I would, if I saw that video, I would be mortified.
Oh, I'd freak out.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would freak out. Like,
True.
I would probably be calling the hospital, like, y'all better have security cameras in there, like, that's insane. I would be, oh man, I'd be questioning my kids immediately, like, like I need to know
And they're
at all
put
times.
under. They have been put under as well. You never know what kind of surgeries. Like, he's an X-ray tech. He told he's done like some major surgeries. He's done a femur surgery and a spine surgery in one day, or assisted with them at least. And those are some major surgeries.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's so nuts. I mean, and to think about it, it's like, you know what I mean? Who knows? Like, there are some pretty
Just
sick,
reading chat now. Hi, everybody.
there's some sick individuals, that would touch them when they're asleep. Like,
Yeah.
and that's up.
Absolutely.
And like, he was coming back to Nate's house while his mom wasn't home.
Right.
Well, what I've noticed a lot. There's a lot of gamer preds lately. Like, who somebody else just caught a gamer. Like, I think like yesterday or 2 days ago, when Webb came over, he caught that gamer over in Cinnaminson. Like,
oh, he was a gamer too, huh?
Yup, he was a gamer. I remember asking him questions. I was like, dude, I'm the same age as you. I play video games. I asked pretty much the same question I asked Randy. Like,
right.
I'm 33. I play the same games as some kids, but I don't play games with kids. Like, who knows how? Oh, I have an idea too. I'm going to look up the game that he plays and see if there's like a Facebook community, but I don't know his like username. So people don't have pictures for online.
What game did he say he plays?
It's weird. I don't know. Here, let's see if anybody in chat's ever heard of this game.
If Nat ain't her, if she's having trouble with the game, it's a fucked up game.
Right. That's why I was asking, because the only other one I know that would know anything about video games is my daughter. Like, she's wicked about video games and her husband, so.
It's called Mass Effect Andromeda. Has anybody heard of that?
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect Andromeda. And apparently Mass Effect might be the title, and like Andromeda might be like the subchapter, kind of like how there's GTA 5, GTA San Andreas, GTA.
Okay. I'm gonna write it down.
I don't know. I looked it up, and it just looks. It's got really weird characters.
Yeah.
Okay, Locksmith has heard of it. Yeah, Bryden, Roblox is horrible. That's like a breeding ground for Preds. I think Roblox is super freaking weird if any adult plays it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, my nephew grew out of that game when he was 10.
I had to tell my brother to like start watching my nephews on it, because it's like, it's like, I know that they like to go on it, and like I can tell my nephew is chatting on it because he's like yelling back in the game or whatever, and it's like, no, no, like just, if he's gonna be on that like that, like you need to be up underneath him watching because there's some crazy, sick, disgusting groomers on there.
They got it for PS4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. It says. If you Google it, you'll see there's it's got a 3.9
It's an
rating out of
RPG
5.
shooter from BioWare.
Yeah, it's crazy. All kinds of crap you could do with it. Yeah, I
It's a
never heard of it.
RPG. What?
It's an RPG shooter made by BioWare.
Okay.
The rocket-propelled grenade, made by BioWare. Came out in 2017. It was launched, so it's been around for almost 5 years now. Hey,
I'm
what's
gonna
up, JoJo? What's going on?
ask my
JoJo's
daughter.
a good friend of mine. Thanks for coming in, JoJo. Appreciate it.
Hey JoJo, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my daughter and her husband about it because they usually know a lot about video games. So, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, and the guy's literally 35. He said 35. Like
The produce 32.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
32. He turns
32.
33 on August 1st. He was looking rough
Yeah, he was.
for 30.
That's why I was like, "There's no way." I'm like, he's definitely in his early 50s.
He looked older than me, that's for sure.
He
And
looked like
I'm way older
maybe
than that.
between 45 and 50, I thought. Like he had that weird balding spot. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Get like
And
and he's the biggest P word ever. He's a
Yeah.
fucking
I mean,
pussy.
you
Yeah, I
could
said it.
tell.
Whatever. He's scared of Center City during the day, which you shouldn't be scared of Center City during the day. Because when I told him that I
Right.
take the Patco train over there, he was like, "Oh my god, that's so scary." First of all, during the day, the Patco, like if you're scared of the Patco, like there's something wrong. Like you're just a big baby.
Right.
Like you're a big baby. Like how are you scared of the train that goes over to Philly?
I was gonna say, and you could see the way, like, once you were questioning him, like, as you were gotten rolling, he seemed like, like tensing up, like he looked nervous,
Arms, yeah.
like he was like afraid of you, it was like I was dying, like I was like, go ahead.
The other angle is really funny because you see me just yelling at him. So
I know.
Once I try to figure out this video editor, because I want to edit both videos together and overlay the audio, but I don't know how to work this Wondershare Filmora for the life of me.
Right.
So
I mean, once you edit whatever, like I can overlay like audio or a sound or whatever. I should be able to do that. I did it before.
I just want to take mute the volume on where the part I said the address and then have that and then play the yelling so you can't hear that audio and then you hear audio from that side.
Yeah.
I also like the bystander in the car. Every time I said something, wow, talk to the prison guard.
Yeah,
I had no clue who that person was, but in the car, that was funny. Everyone was funny. And
it's like, thank you to the bus.
You guys, here's how I found my backup. I was leaving my house and I saw these two dudes walking by. I'm like, yo, guys, what's up? You want to go help catch a predator right now? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And I said, let's go to Walgreens. And they came with me. And
That's awesome.
they were perfect. And they were like, they were like, we've been thinking of they messaged me after. They're like, we've been thinking of trying to start this up. Now we actually might. Thank you.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, they were a little younger. They were 19, 20 years old because I did use them as an example. I would never talk to those boys in that way, how you were talking to me.
Yeah. Right. And it's like, even though they're, they're over 18, it's still the fact they're very young, Hi,
they're 13
Irene.
years younger than me.
Right.
What's up, Irene?
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, I mean, I say the same thing. I feel weird, even if I was dating somebody who was 33, I'm 40. So, if you're 33 and stuff, I'm like, no, I don't know. I'm sorry. I just don't understand. don't understand it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever will. And plus, you
Well,
know, I'm a
some
mom.
women like those younger, like 20-year-old guys, like I
Yeah,
don't
like
know, like
the
those
cougars or whatever.
sugar mamas, or
I'm like, what do they
cougars,
call them? Like the cougars, yeah.
cougars or sugar mamas. Yeah.
I'm like, I probably would never be comfortable with that.
Yeah, that's like a 50-year-old and a 20-year-old, or a 60-year-old and a 30-year-old, somewhere
Exactly.
around those age
Yep.
brackets.
Like straight up awkward. I mean, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing is, I mean, everybody, you know, has their preference or whatever. But like I feel like, you know, if you're
Yeah.
like
Under
in your
18, get
30s or
out of here.
right. It's like I feel like if you're in your 30s and your 40s, like at least look for someone in their 30s and 40s, you know? Like
Yeah.
you don't even need an 18-year-old to be honest. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like to me personally, it's still kind of the same deal. Like they're mad young. It's like a baby compared to like just not, you know, just a little awkward, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, but at least they're legal. Like these guys have zero, you know, zero shame. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, hell, we'll go after an 8-year-old. We don't care. Like, what the frig, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy. But unfortunately, I did get banned from Grinder. I have to make a new profile because the phone that Grinder was on, I was going live on. And then, of course, the other one is a Wi-Fi only phone. And so he was standing right there. He probably reported me like as soon as he got in his car, you know? So
Yeah,
it is what it is. I have actually my best friends. One of my best friends, she is a burner, and there's nothing on it, and I've been holding on to it, so I'm just gonna download Grinder on there, and I'll use that phone as well.
Yeah, because you can use just like somebody's phone number too to make a new account or whatever too. You know what I mean? Like, so you
What's
don't even always
BlueStacks lock?
BlueStack.
I think that's
I'm
something about
reading
the
chat.
location. Yeah, it's location something with the decoying.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I know. But
because somebody told me about that before. I don't know if it was like another decoy or what, but I have heard of it. I just don't remember what it is or what the purpose was for, but I definitely remember the name.
yeah. I'm sure he'll type it out and give us a brief summary of what it is, but that's what I know of it.
I was just gonna say that. Lock, type out what it is.
Yeah.
Bye, Jeff. Thanks for coming, honey.
See you later, Southwest.
Bye, Jeff.
Even the games designed for small children like Gorilla Tag are as bad as the rest. Gorilla Tag? What the crap? I never even heard of that one.
Can I download it on one of my decoy phones, Locksmith? Not an iPhone. I don't use the iPhone to decoy on. Only the Wi-Fi only phones.
It is a phone emulator that you can run Grinder on, and when you get banned, you just reset the IEMI and you're back on. Okay.
All right, so I was wrong about the location. All right.
I wonder if that's the thing that like Ryan was talking about like forever ago when he kept saying all you have to do is like,
I don't I'm confused. Menu. Oh fuck! Dirt just flew into my mouth because my best friend was potting a plant on this table the other day, and there was a pile of dirt here, and it just blew all over me.
Right.
It's for when you get banned on Grinder, instead of having to make a whole new account, I think it's just makes it easier to set up a new thing, and you just put in a different IMEI number.
Gotcha.
And
I actually have my own special way of getting back on Grinder. I still have to hard reset it, but because I just back up my pictures, I hard reset it, and then I just use a different email, and it works.
Right.
Where's PvP been? Anybody know? I haven't seen PvP.
He's taking a break.
Yeah,
Oh,
PvP.
okay.
He's taking a little mental break. I was like, good for him. Like, I feel like, it's needed,
Mhm.
doing all this crap. Like, decoying is absolutely exhausting and draining, mentally, so.
Yeah.
And at first it's like, everybody says the same thing, like, oh, well, I just look at it as it's me and not a kid. It's like, well, yes, you do, but over time, it does, seeing this stuff and knowing how some of these sick people would be speaking to a child, it is, it gets to you. And,
Mhm.
sometimes there's some really,
What's up?
really sick
What's up, Jaime?
people.
Did I miss PNN's episode? I know they haven't been doing it Sundays the last couple of weeks, but weren't they
They,
doing it Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday? Did I miss it this week? I
yeah, I
hope not.
think like last week or the week before it was on like Monday or
They did
Tuesday
it
because they were
Monday
working.
because of Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, I'm not sure. I didn't see an episode on Sunday, but I was probably napping at that time on Sunday, to be completely honest.
Yeah. I
I
know
didn't.
Hey,
Emily was
Jaime.
taking time off too, so I know she
Right.
was taking. She put a post up about that.
Yeah, because
So.
I think that was starting after the last episode, I think.
Mhm.
'Cause that's what I was gonna say, is I thought they were taking a little, like a little break before they start like another season or something.
Oh yeah, you're right, Julie. They did say that, I think.
Hi, Jaime.
Ryan says I've used BlueStacks before. Kind of had a bad experience. Forgot why. Okay. I remember both of them speaking about it. I remember hearing tidbits of on different streams.
Right.
But Locke likes to do 9-hour lives, and I don't watch no 9-hour lives. I just pop in, see what's going down,
Right.
pop out. That's basically it.
That's what I do. Like, I'll stay for a little bit depending on what time it is, but
Mhm.
like if I'm just getting up in the morning to get the kids ready for school and stuff and I see that he's live, I'm in there, I'll like listen and but clearly I'm getting the kids ready for school at the time too, so it's hard to just sit and chat. But like if it's late at night and I see it's live, I'll, chat for a few before I go to bed. But
Mhm.
I know I couldn't last no 9 hours. I'm like, I'm barely surviving as it is when the kids are sick.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
I
getting
try
like,
I try to keep my name out of as much stuff as I know people, that's the place where people need to go to hash out this shit. I understand that, but me
right.
personally, I just try to keep my name out of any type of nonsense, and that's the best policy because
Yeah,
then you're
that's
not caught up in it.
right. That's
I
like the
just want
best
to do
way.
positive shit,
Yep.
or try
It
to
is
at
the
least.
best, right.
Yeah.
It is the best way to do it.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, I forgot, yeah, you do have insomnia, so it's easier for you. Like I used to, like I have a hard time going to sleep, but like if I sit up and even focus on a stream, I can't even get tired enough to like rest, not
Mhm.
even fully fall asleep for a couple hours, but like just rest my eyes and my body for a few hours before I have to get up and do it again. And then my son's sick, so it's like, the last 2 nights we've been mostly up with doing nebs in the middle of the night and the coughing. Last night was really bad because he was coughing so hard. He was like, had to like throw up, get like phlegm and stuff up, but he was
Yeah.
miserable. And he just kept getting a fever over and over because he was coughing
Mhm.
so hard.
Yeah.
So,
Jojo, why are you writing it different? They don't understand what
oh,
that means. Oh my God. She forgot where she was for a second.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
all
all
good.
good. Yeah,
It's
JoJo's
all
good
good.
people. Yeah, she's a good friend of mine. I've known her for like 2 years now. She's good people.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
We like it, the hilariousness. Like, I've seen people come in here before and say something in a different language, and I'm like, as long as you weren't like directing it towards me, because I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. I just don't want her getting shot. People don't know what, they may think it's
Right.
a bot or something.
Oh yeah, no, because she said hi, hi and stuff, and was normal, like said spoke English up there. So,
Mm.
Like if it was only typing out like that, I think, yeah, maybe people. You're okay, Jojo. It's okay.
Yeah.
What language is that, by the way?
Filipino.
So okay.
It's Tagalog.
Okay, all right, got you. I think I only heard of that like once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you know that variety?
Because
When
he's
you
a
looked
good
it up
friend of
real
mine.
quick?
I'm like, because that's
No.
his friend.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
known her
okay.
for quite some time.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's like,
My
wait, how do
bad
you know?
for asking.
Can you speak that?
Yeah, I was
I
like,
talk to
what? Is
people
that your
on like
secret language?
yes, it is. Well, one of four it is. Yeah.
Oh, your breath stank, Zeke
Yeah,
boy.
one of four.
Zeke's like, I'm just gonna breathe on. Wait, you speak 4 languages for real? Or are you being sarcastic and fresh?
Who?
You,
Me?
Sean.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
learning 4 languages. Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
learning. Okay. I'm like, wait, you
Yeah.
already speak 4 languages? You just trying to be
Mm-mm.
fresh.
No, I wish. Yeah, Jojo, send it on Messenger. That's right. Mm-hmm.
We
Oh,
already like each
Jaime's throwing
other.
it out there. Mm-mm. There she goes.
Oh, see, there you go. Somebody else who knows it. See?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just curious what language it was because it looked really pretty written out. Whatever she said, it just I don't know why, but it looked really pretty.
Yeah.
It's like, when my niece, her husband is Uruguayan, so she's used to speaking Spanish. And when if she's trying to yell at him,
You go inside?
I'm like, I don't know why, but even though you angry yelling at him, it sounds so nice when you yell.
Exactly. It's true.
Let
Let me go back to the stream on my laptop so I don't feel like I'm like naked here. Unless my laptop's on, I can glance because I hate the StreamYard comments. I like to look at it on my laptop.
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot.
I
Yeah,
have
you can
the
see.
comments up on my phone, like next to me.
Yeah, he was on the laptop because he was streaming the screen sharing the thing on there. Let's see. I'm speaking 3 languages: English, Tagalog, and Arabic. Tagalog. Where is that from? I don't know why that sounds familiar. Do you
She
know where
lives
he
in
lives?
she lives in Jordan. She was born in the Philippines. She lives in Jordan currently, so she
So,
speaks, English,
mhm.
Tagalog, which is Filipino, and
Oh,
Arabic because she's in Jordan.
okay. That's what
Yeah.
I was wondering is if Tagalog was Filipino.
Mhm. I go into her friend's stream. That's her friend is Jordanian, and they're all
Mhm.
writing in the script that they write in. So I went in there and I wrote in the Filipino language, thinking that her friend would know what I'm saying, but she
Right.
has no idea. And I'm like, oh, I just wrote all that out for nothing? Like, she didn't know what the fuck I just said? I'm like, man.
You're right. I put in a lot of work,
I
guys.
did. I did. I was pissed, I'm like, you mean if I just wrote English, she would have understood me better? She goes, yeah. I said, man, I felt like an idiot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious.
I just realized I'm speaking to like, oh, that's all right. We can all like,
Mustica means how are you?
yeah.
Fine.
It's like the Spanish saying hello, ¿Cómo está?
Right. Yeah.
It almost sounds like "cómo está" if you say it. "Cómo está," yeah, almost like you say it real fast.
It's weird. Yeah,
It really is.
I got 3 different translators on my home screen for languages, so I'm trying to learn Tagalog.
Yep.
Tagalog that's how it's pronounced. Tagalog, Mandarin, and French.
Gotcha. I was gonna say I figured I was pronouncing it wrong. I'm terrible at that. Oh, look at that. See, Jaime's able to like respond and say things back to her.
Jaime, what's your nationality, Jaime? I'm just curious if you don't mind saying.
I know. I literally just assumed because she's in Hawaii that she's
Yeah,
Hawaiian.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I know
Yeah.
she's in Hawaii at least.
Right.
Lucky.
But I'm like, maybe she just, maybe she isn't Hawaiian and moved there. I don't know. I
One of
just
my best
Kalana
friends
is
one
a,
of my
is
best friends lived in Kihei for the longest time.
Yeah, I have
I like to
family there.
visit there. Yep, I love to
Mhm.
visit there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I have family there. And they actually are like, have been begging us to come up. And they're like, come here. Like, at least, you'll have a place to stay, just come for a week. And
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
I'm dying to go. Okay.
I
Go
see you.
ahead.
All right.
Right? I'm like, go
Yep.
ahead. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been thinking about it so much because I just really want to go to Hawaii in the worst way. You know,
Yeah.
it's like all the things that you see, about Hawaii, even the things I've read up on, it's like, it's just so nice. It's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I
You know?
climbed what's Diamondback Mountain? Is that correct? I think it's called Diamondback Mountain in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
I climbed some mountain. It was 5 years old when I was 5 when I visited there.
Yep.
I remember Pearl Harbor very vividly.
Oh, wow.
I think the mountain was called Diamondback.
Maybe
Jaime
Jaime
can
knows.
correct me. Yeah,
I'm
she
like, maybe
probably
Jaime
knows.
knows. Now it's like, at least if there is a Diamondback.
I know I
Mount
climbed
there.
a mountain in Hawaii. I just forget what the name of it was called.
Right. I don't have Hawaiian blood in me. My great grandpa came to Hawaii. Okay, I got you, Jaime. All right. So you've been in Hawaii though mostly your entire life though, right, Jaime? Yeah, I know when my other family, Chris and Sarah and their parents and stuff moved to Hawaii, they at first they had people would tell them how much of a Boston accent they had from being out here, and then like probably 2 years later I'd be on the phone with them and Chris was like sounded straight Hawaiian, like you could hear the accent, like his little surfer, like I'm like, oh my god, dude, you sound like you literally grew up there. Okay, most of your life, all right.
Very cool. Yeah.
That is
Absolutely.
good. Brad, and I'm a mutt too. I mean, it don't matter.
Yeah. Me too.
I tell people that all the time. They're like, "Are you Spanish?" I'm like, "No, I'm mulatto, but in real life, I'm technically a mutt because I got a little bit of everything."
Me too.
And
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
Irish, German, Italian, Polish.
mhm.
Geez.
Yeah, Irish, German, like a little bit of Italian.
Yeah.
I think I was told Polish before too. I
Right.
want to get one of those kits.
That's what we did for. So listen to this. This is the coolest thing. Okay.
Oh,
So
ancestry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's messed up, but so like my sister never told my niece who her dad was, right? So growing up, my niece never knew who he was. So my niece was like, at 16, she's like, I gotta figure out who my father is, whatever. Finally, I think it was this year, my mom bought her one of those, one of the ancestry kits. I don't know if she got the 24andMe or, ancestry.com. But anyway, she did the swab stuff, sent it in, and she figured out who her father was because some of them had done the kits because I mean clearly all the rest of them were people related to our side of the family. um but so she was like in shock. It was exactly who I mean I had assumed who it was. But it was the coolest thing that she was able to find her father through that, like just so nuts. And it's so cool because like you get to learn everything that you have. um and then she said she was able to actually like chat with some of the people that are on her father's side of the family. I'm like, that's so cool, dude.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Ryan's, yeah, it does all show.
I mean, it
Ryan,
keeps them from
what
getting
a
arrested on the
Buddha.
spot. That's what it does.
Mhm.
But you can run, but you can't hide. We got your plate.
Right.
Usually, you got your address. I mean, how fucking far are you going to go? Are you going to go to Mexico? No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I mean, shit. You're only going so far. So go ahead, take off, drive away. Go get
Bye
you your
bye.
last big gulp at 7-Eleven before you go to jail. Shit,
Like,
leave it
remember
there.
Jay's catch that case? Remember Casey Clark? He
Mhm.
sped off, but he still got charged.
Right. Yep. Yeah, it's like clearly you don't got money like that you're gonna hop onto a friggin' plane and take off. So you're really stuck, which is extra stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You thought driving away was gonna make it go away, but it actually makes it worse for you. You look way more dumb.
It's true. Absolutely.
Victor, I thought Ryan was Russian.
Mm-hmm.
With all his and what's the other word Ryan says all the time? That sounds
A boot.
a boot. Yeah. What are we talking a boot, guys?
Isn't that what the British call their trunk of their car? A boot? The boot of the car? Some shit like
Do
that.
they really?
The British, yeah. They call the trunk of their car the boot. I don't know why,
I
but
was gonna say, I feel like maybe you're right. I
yeah.
gotta see if I can figure out how to turn on the laptop. And I'm gonna look it up. You might be faster at looking it up, Variety, because I don't even know how to turn this thing on yet.
You can't turn on a laptop, Julie?
No, it's my mom's laptop, right? And I thought there was a power button on the keyboard or whatever, but I don't see any button that has a
Hold it
power
down.
button. That's what I'm doing, is holding down all the ones on the top. And there's no power button thing on the side or anything. It's so weird. But I was saying that last week too. I'm like, I don't use computers. I'm terrible with technology as a whole. And I'm just starting to get used to my phone. So trying to mess with a laptop is really out of my element. I'm like,
Ryan wants a link.
Ryan wants a link?
Yeah.
What's that a boot, Ryan? 1 second, Ryan. Let me get it.
I'll do it, Jules, if you... I got it pasted already.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
I just copied it. So, yeah, go ahead and you can send it in the chat if you want. Let's see. I think I found the power button, guys.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You're moving on up. You're moving on up, Shit. One step at a time.
That's exactly why I laugh at people when they're like, oh, like, they'll like call so many other people like me, as in thinking I made like a troll account. I'm like, bro, I can't navigate my own freaking phone. And you think I, for at all, could maybe, make a troll account? No. Hey,
Yeah.
Ryan.
What up?
Yeah, just
Ryan.
hey, what's up, Nat? Yeah, I just kind of wanted to kind of say like an update on a recent catch is that I kind of already mentioned this, but we do have like a court date coming up. It's like an arraignment hearing for
nice.
for like May 24th, 9 a.m. in the Malden District Court. I'm either gonna take like an Uber there or ride there, whatever it is. But yeah, so 9 a.m. Person's gonna be arraigned on placement of a minor. It was a catch we got with that got resulted in arrest with me and Web Rep Patrol. So yeah,
good for
it's,
you.
it's an announcement.
Nice.
Any math residents want to make an appearance? Yeah.
And you said, where is it? Marlboro District?
Oh no, Malden.
Malden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Malden
gotta write it down, 'cause, we all know I'm probably gonna forget I already almost forgot. So
The next court date I know about is for Craig the Donut Weirdo is July 13th, and it's a pre-indictment
the donut weirdo.
Court date.
Okay, let's see. Where's my pen?
Okay. Yeah, they said mine. Yeah, they said mine. I don't have to go to just kind of go because I think it's kind of something that.
Sounded like a robot.
I know.
We'll get him back.
Oh, do I sound like a
Yeah.
robot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
you
was
guys weren't the
choppy.
only
Oh,
one that
shit.
heard that.
It was choppy.
Thanks, Jojo. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
And what was the date again, Ryan?
May 24th.
May
Mhm.
24th. Okay. May 24th, 9 a.m. Okay. I figured I'd write it down because if I can, I'll definitely try to come for sure.
Yeah, and I found out that basically I don't know if like it was mentioned, but the last conviction we had with his name was Jamie
Yeah.
or James in Connecticut. He was he was a guy that was sentenced to like it's just on holding charges like up until 2025. Basically the legal process for the enticement of a minor part is beginning. Basically, that's all I can really say. But like but yeah, it's like right now he's gonna just be he's being arraigned on like he's being held on like just the holding charges, but now it's like the big charges are gonna kick in.
Oh,
Mhm.
good. Good. Well, I mean, that's good because, you know,
Yeah.
at least they're not letting it ride out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's right,
Yeah.
Casika. Get the ball rolling. Absolutely. That
I
would
think
be
it's like it takes a
evident.
lot of these cases to like, you know, that's what I said to Jay. I feel like even though some of these cases are getting like really small sentences or whatever, it's like they're building and building. So, you know, the more that get caught and get followed up on and stuff, it's like they're going to have to start doing more, you know, because what are they going to do? Give everybody a slap on the wrist? I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
that's right.
Ryan's our petition guy. He's going to get the laws changed, and we're going to back him up on that. And,
Yep.
so it's all good.
Absolutely. I know. I keep saying too. I hope we can start doing like, you know, going to the state house this summer. You know, doing protests, just making some noise. You know,
Yeah,
that would
definitely.
be, definitely would
Yeah,
be
and
good.
actually, yeah, just like there's like kind of to show like how long the process takes. I actually met PP Mass on the 100th catch. That's when we met. And I think it was kind of like my last birthday. I actually like went to court with them on one of his first catches. So it's like it takes that long.
Oh
Like one of his like I think it was like literally a second catch. Where like the predator was actually intoxicated. And in like a supermarket trying to be like a 14-year-old boy, and he like caught him, and then basically just like up until last October he was actually like he actually was facing the charges. And the crazy thing is the sentence he got was like no jail time, and was just like he had to take a course, and I don't even know if he had to like register as a sex offender. But it's like it's basically it. I would argue it was like a very similar sentence to like if you get like a lot of citations from Massachusetts for driving, you have to kind of do the same thing where you have to take like a driver's course or whatever. So it's crazy that like if you just get a good amount of speeding tickets, if that's like a comparable sentence to like if you come and meet a child, like
Right.
Massachusetts, I think,
Bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think legislatively, Massachusetts kind of has a lot of issues, a lot of work, but I think that a lot of the police I've encountered, like they do a good job, but it's just like legislatively, we got a lot of work to do.
Right. Yeah. Because that's what I said too. I think you can see that there's some law enforcement that really want to see a change. You know, like, you know, some of them, the way that they speak to Jay and stuff, it's like you could tell they're sick of it too, you know, and maybe they're super tired of the way things go right now, you know, but they're limited with their hands tied too. So, you
Yeah,
know,
that's actually a point I would make is I actually kind of learned that it's kind of not the best idea. I mean, it might be different areas, but like it's kind of problematic to actually call the police like to the location unless there's like a dire need for it. But the
Yep.
best thing to do is like to turn the evidence in because like sometimes like they're responding to like other calls and things like that, and they can kind of like get like they can kind of get very like annoyed with like if they have to like if they're like tied up with like real things or whatever, like like medical things or whatever. So the best thing is just like give the police department the evidence, and then basically they can kind of like forward it to the detective so that it could just like go to the right person like right away.
Right.
Yeah, because often what you're gonna get is like patrol officers are gonna like be responding to just a person saying like, "Oh, I talked to a pedophile," and then they're just gonna be like, they're just not gonna know what to do. They're gonna be like, "You shouldn't do that. Like, you shouldn't take
Mhm.
matters in your hands and all that." And I got like a speech for like an hour
Really?
about like about to not do what like I'm doing or whatever. Like you can't be doing this, my guy, for like an hour.
Right. I stand back to me like 100% on this. But I want to say is I don't think these guys should be available for PTI, pre-trial intervention, because
Right.
they get off scot-free. It's not on their record. They don't have to register. And I literally found out that my very first catch, the one that I first decoyed ever in Atlantic City, pretty much exactly a year ago, the weekend before Memorial Day weekend, Michael Sharp, it's the literally the when you click my channel, it's that first video you see.
Yep.
But anyway, he got PTI, and I think it's a load of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was talking to 3 of our decoys, and he literally sent all 3 of our decoys penis pictures. So, like, how can he get away with PTI? He has nephews that are the same age. It's ridiculous.
The evidence is there 99% of the time to
Mhm.
arrest on the spot. I mean, it's just crazy. So
Yeah,
I
it's like
don't know.
the way I would think about it is like the real sentence should be like they should be taken out of society indefinitely if like they have these kind of like unrehabilitatable personality disorders that lead to them being a predator that can't be rehabilitated. And for them to then have even more leniency than like the couple of years they get in prison, it's crazy. Like that it will literally be like the sentence like I saw like Jay's guy got it's comparable to like just getting a lot of civil infractions
Yep.
and on your driving record. And yeah, we definitely got to do something about that.
Right.
The chief
And
of
that's why
police should
he
have gotten
says
away.
too, that's why he says too, it's like, people will say, "Oh, how come, you don't always call the police to the scene?" But it's like, it makes way more sense for him to go home, type up his report, put everything on a SD card or whatever, and go into the police station in the morning with all the evidence and information. And they seem to literally take to that way better, than going there to the scene, which, I mean, he'll call them sometimes, but he knows the response he gets now. So he's, kind of used to that. Now he knows, like, it makes it a lot better, but he always will go live when he's, going to the police station or, so it's like, I think it's harder too, because a lot of people don't understand, like, all these catchers aren't in the same area, so you're not going to get the same result, the same response. Like, everything is
different
going to be
everywhere.
different because it will depend on where you are with law enforcement, with the DAs, with, you know what I'm saying, like how the 911 operators may even handle it, or how the, when you're calling the non-emergency line, how their dispatch will handle it, so it's like it all comes into play. But I feel like overall, if we can actually follow through and get Ryan's petition, the one that he's got started, I feel like that is a really good starter point. I feel like, I think it's huge. And I think it will bring out more, yes,
because
I feel
because
like
it's
it
kind
will
of
bring
like
out more of the punishment.
yeah, because like something that kind of bothered me is like I saw Cam on like this radio show or whatever, and the radio host and I think some other guy kind of made a point. I don't know if it was like a devil's advocate point, so I'm not saying like they were making the point, but like saying like, oh, what if it's like a good guy, like a camp counselor or something? And I'm like, every single time things like that occur, what do you need? A permission slip from parents. So like, if you're really hanging with a kid without parents' knowledge and permission, that has to be penalized. Like it
Right.
has to.
Yeah.
Like and the fact that it's not is just it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Because I know
Like
I'd be losing my ever living shit if someone thought they was gonna hang out with my motherfucking kids and did not, like, no, sorry. I don't care if you thought I was nice to you even. No. Like, no. Nope. Unless you want a nice little spot for yourself in the woods, don't even think about it.
There was
Yeah.
this old man at the skate park that used to take, when I was 14, there was just a couple other kids, like 13, 12, like around the age range, but he was in his 50s, and he would go and take us like around like different skate spots around the mall, but away from the mall where our parents knew we were at. We ended up getting picked up by the police because we were in the store called BJ's, and the employees called the cops. They're like, "Yo, there's this like man here with like 3 or 4 kids. He just doesn't
Yep.
seem like right to us." So the
Yep.
cops like came and picked us up, and all of our parents had to come to the police station and get us. And guess what? I found out like recently, like within the past year, this man got charged with like over 10 cases of pedophilia.
What?
And one of the kids that like was with us in that group was his like number one like victim.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and he recently just went to court like maybe 6 months ago, and it's still like going on.
That's insane.
But you can look up Rodney Watkins of Philadelphia, PA. It should pop right up. Rodney Watkins of Philadelphia, PA. And his skateboard company was called Powerphilia.
Oh
Like, you got, like,
God.
pedophilia right there in the name of your damn company.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and it's like I think we should like make like a PSA because like here's literally what this means like legally is like you imagine like a 40-year-old, right? Like and like hang out with like kids at a movie or whatever. Like even if like there's no like sexual whatever, that's weird. And like I feel like we should make like some kind of PSA video of like like some like fully grown adult guy like 40 years old like hanging out with kids at a movie and then saying that this is legal.
Right, because it's like, I mean, let's be honest. You may say it's innocent. We're watching a movie. Why though? Why do you need to watch a freaking movie with my child, like a child?
What are you doing?
Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
do you honestly think? Are y'all gonna go watch Spider-Man together? Are you gonna go and watch, the latest? Like, come on, bro. You have some other sick, weird, twisted ass thought in the back of your head that made you think you need to go watch a freaking movie with a minor. Like,
Yeah.
there's zero reason for it.
Even
Right.
that said in her catch,
was
she's like, I
discovered in
skateboard with
2020.
20-year-olds, but I wouldn't think of them in a sexual way.
Right.
Nat even said that in her catch,
Yeah, I was like, dude, these guys are 20 years old. I would never talk
Yeah.
to them in that way at all.
Right. Yeah.
But I
I mean,
found the article on the guy. It was discovered in 2020. December 3rd, 2020 was when it was discovered, and the alleged investigators say 52-year-old Rodney Watkins, founder of Powerphilia Skateboarding Club, allegedly met the children back in 2011 and 2012. But I met him like way before that because I met him in like 2004 and 2005 when Vans Skate Park was still opened in New Jersey. Vans closed its doors in 2005, and that guy, and then it reopened in 2006 under a different name. That guy was coming around then, but he was doing this to that guy like that. I'm not going to say the victim's name, but the one kid I knew. Like back then in 2004, 2005, because he's my age, so back then he would have been 14,
which
15.
is worse. I mean, he's been grooming kids and playing kids for, way longer than they clearly want to admit.
And
like,
he must have called the tip line, which is at the bottom of this article here. He must have called the tip line because more victims did come forward after this article.
Wow. That's good that they were able to speak up, And it's weird too, the way, like, when you bring someone like that, and they're actually getting some sort of justice, it opens the floodgates. Anybody who has ever, been in an awkward situation with that man was at that point able to be like, oh my God, yeah, like, I remember how weird he was, like, being nice or kept rubbing his hand on my back or, like, it's like, yeah.
True.
My
Yep.
son was 13. Him and his half brother used to go with a guy to disc golf tournaments over the weekend sometimes. Come to find out, oh man, that's crazy, Braden. I'll pin it, sorry.
Yeah.
I have a habit of keep reading them and then not pinning them.
I just recently learned what disc golf was too, where you throw the frisbee into the damn thing. I thought it had to do with like some type of actual golf, but it doesn't. It's throwing a frisbee into a net.
I did,
You know.
I did too when I first heard of it. I was like, I thought it was like, using a more of a disc looking thing, golfing instead of a ball is honestly what I thought. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I don't put a lot of thought into that kind of crap.
But that catch by MDF was crazy though. They had that guy that 4 days prior Knoxville Pred catcher had. You guys remember that one recently?
Yeah.
That was crazy, man. Like
Yeah,
that guy needs help. He needs to be buried, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yo, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I got some
Yeah, no
stuff I
problem.
need to do.
All
Well,
right.
thanks for coming out and giving everybody
Thanks
an
for having me.
Yep.
But I'll keep updating y'all as soon as I talk to the hospital and see how they actually feel. I didn't talk to a manager yet, and I'm gonna keep calling them.
Yeah, I would
every
too,
day.
like every day. Yep. If you don't hear from somebody, by, a certain point in the evening, first thing in the morning, that's exactly what I would do too. Because that dude's around children who knows how many times a day, like, not okay.
Yeah, and he admitted right on video to doing surgeries on children. And when I said, "How do you think the parents of those children feel about this?" He no answer, shrugged his shoulders.
Because he didn't care. Yeah.
He literally does not care. Stood there like this, like careless.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm like a little out of the loop. Is he like a nurse practitioner or like a full-on doctor?
No, he's an X-ray tech. So the guy I just caught is an X-ray tech and helps with surgeries. He was telling me as the minor, like he did a femur surgery, was doing a spine surgery. In the interview, he admitted that he has done surgeries on children, but he is being investigated, Ryan, because that same night I went right to the police station, like because my caller, the guy that called, he called me, and then the police called me, and then I just went to the station, rode my bike up there.
Oh yeah, I would have too.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, anyone should definitely check out what her catches. They're like really good.
Yeah,
Like
that's kicking butt.
I'll post my channel in the chat.
I was like 5 minutes late to the live, but then I posted it in the PNN Guild so to try to drive as many people I could to that stream. So absolutely.
Hey, John Davis. Victor. Yeah.
Her catches are good.
Yeah, her catches
I speak
good.
broken English.
We know.
Canadian immigrant.
We try to read between the lines with you sometimes, Ryan.
I'm just a Canadian immigrant, but I just mean well.
A Canadian mutt.
All right, guys. Peace out, everyone.
All right.
Have a good day. Have a great rest of your weeks.
Thanks, now. Love you.
Love you too, Jules. See ya. Love you all.
Peace out. All
Bye.
right.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. So somebody last week had mentioned too, that I forget what they had said, but it was something about like, when the priests and stuff get locked up, like, that they are basically in protective custody or something. And I had told them about, the guy, John, I don't know, John Gogan or something. I'm going to type it up and look it up, but he was in Shirley Max prison out here near me. And he actually, the guards turned their backs purposely and let the inmates do whatever. Here it is. But he ended up dying. But let's see, it says pedophile priests who raped 150 children. Hold on, killed But yeah, I said this week I would look it up and say it so somebody could actually look it back up in the stream. Oh. All right, so pedophile priest who raped 150 children killed in prison by his own victim. I didn't know it was his victim either, to be honest. Let's see. Here we go. There's so many ads that come up on a laptop. Like, this thing's crazy. Okay. I think too, because it's new. All right. So it says John Gogan was found guilty of abusing 150 young boys during his 30-year career within the Catholic Church that spanned across 6 different parishes. Oh, damn. Let's see. Gogan was eventually charged after he was caught, a child, at a swimming pool. In total, 150 boys came forward saying that they had been molested by Gogan, although it's believed there may have been many more victims who did not file complaints. During his time as a priest, high-ranking officials within the Catholic Church turned a blind eye to his abuse, effectively nurturing a culture of the R word that continued for decades. And despite a continuous stream of abuse complaints, Gogan was simply sent from parish to parish, which is messed up, with his crimes never even being investigated. That's even worse. I didn't even know he switched from parish to parish. Like, I thought he was at one place. It says, according to AIT, Gogan was prosecuted on molestation charges in 1991, though he wasn't defrocked from the clergy until 1998. In February of 2002, the Globe Spotlight team of the Boston Globe published a report of Gogan, which became the catalyst for the series of cases against sexual abuse within the archdiocese. I'm scrolling down, sorry. Gogan was sentenced to prison for an incident in which he molested a 10-year-old boy in a swimming pool in 2002. He was given the maximum sentence of 10 years. Joseph Druce is a convicted murderer who was given a life sentence in 1998 after he killed a man who, after he picked Druce up hitchhiking, allegedly made a sexual pass at him. He was placed in the Souza Baranowski Correctional Center in Shirley, Massachusetts. Joseph Druce claims he was also the victim of child molestation by Gogan, but had never filed an official complaint, according to reports. When Gogan was convicted, he was put in a protective custody unit with 23 other inmates. Unfortunately for him, it was at the Souza Baranowski Correctional Center, the same as Joseph Druce. Shortly after learning that his childhood rapist was now his new cellmate, Druce entered Gogan's cell after lunch. Druce trapped him inside by jamming the door, then bound and gagged him before strangling him with a bedsheet. Druce proceeded to jump from the bed onto Gogan's motionless body before beating him with his bare hands. There was only one officer on duty at the time who had to summon other officers via walkie-talkie. Once the on-duty officer heard sounds coming from Gogan's cell, it took several officers to pry the door open. Robert Brulette, I think is what it says, an executive of the Mass Correction Officers Federated Union, who was present at the time, said once they got into the cell, it was pretty clear Gogan wasn't going to wake up. Gogan's cause of death was ruled as ligature strangulation and blunt chest trauma. He was 68 years old. And Druce held his hands up and confessed to killing and testified in court for the murder of John Gogan. Drew said that he had twice before confronted Gogan about his molestation charges and described Gogan's response as very arrogant. Let's see. And then, okay, so it says, Drew says, I was like, that's it. I've got to stop this. And he said, I couldn't get it out of my head. Let's see. When Druce was asked why he committed the murder, his response was, I wanted to get the thoughts out of my mind of being molested and the arrogant way he answered my question. Druce also made a statement in which he claimed I had seen myself as the designated individual who had to put a stop to the pedophilia inside the church. For his first arrest, Druce pled not guilty by reason of insanity due to the trauma of his own molestation as a child that had caused him. The security footage of the struggle of the police to get into Gogan's jail cell, as well as them dragging Druce and pinning him down and attempts to revive John Gogan. It is unknown who released the footage, as inmates do not have internet access, nor do they have access to the security tapes. Let's see. For the murder of John Gogan, Joseph Druce was given a second life sentence. That's crazy. I never read the entire thing. Like, I just knew, like, there was so many people that are like, oh, well, once they go in there, they're like in their own area, like in protective custody by themselves. And it's like, no, they're like grouped with other people. I never knew how many people they usually group them with, but apparently he was in with 23 other people. Hi, Stubborn Clean Addict. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Well, I didn't see Bryden's comment, John. Hold on. Hey, Vic. Sorry, I didn't see you before. I was reading. Let's see. Most Catholic priests just get switched to another pair. See, and that's what I didn't know. I never knew that they would get switched from one parish to another. Like, I mean, I knew they had some sort of, kind of protect our own kind of, let's see, parishes in the country in order to not be prosecuted. Yeah, and that's basically what it seems like. They sent him from one place to another every time.
Sweeping it under like 10 different rugs is what they're doing, and they've been doing that for 100 years. The churches. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's so disgusting because it's like it's a way of them saying that it's just not a big enough deal. It's like, I mean, how many people do you think are gonna eventually end up trusting these parishes that these things are going on? You're like, oh no, he's not working here anymore. He no longer works here. Well, whoever's cousin Patty or whatever could be going to the next parish where he's at and be like, well, he's working here. So clearly,
And as a last resort, they'll put them on instead of doing actual parish stuff, they'll put them on administrative duty, kind of like they do to a cop who screwed up. They'll just keep them in the back office, but they're still around.
Right.
And
yeah, they still have access.
Absolutely.
I drone racer. This was way up further up, but I didn't read the comments. But Drone Racer said if he was a priest and he asked Jesus for forgiveness after getting caught, do you think he will let him into heaven? To be quite honest with you, I don't know very much about. I'm not very big into God. Like I said, I definitely believe in a higher power. But so I'm not too sure on how that works. My personal thought is no, he wouldn't. He would not be allowed into heaven. I mean, 150 kids, and they don't even think that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't feel like in my heart of hearts, I just don't see him, opening the heavenly gates for someone like that. Like, I don't care how long he's served in
Yeah.
churches or has done great. It's like you have damaged an obscene amount of children. And
That's like, that sorry to interrupt you, Jules.
no,
That's
you're
like that Olympics doctor, Larry Nasser. It was well
Yep.
over like 200 girls. I mean, that's just
Yeah,
it's crazy, mind-boggling. Like,
it is. I mean,
you
and
know,
at certain ages, I mean, some of these kids are like 10 and, younger. It's like, I mean, one of them are listed as a 9-year-old. Like, I mean, it's insane. But so at that age, we know they're not capable of processing what has happened to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, they can do therapy, but clearly, even for the guy who murdered him in prison, I mean, that ate at him. It literally ate at his soul. And it's what he thought of. Like, it was his nightmares and clearly had driven him to take care of it himself since it wasn't actually getting taken care of, you know. Um, it's sad because I mean, it makes you wonder, like how many sleepless nights these kids have when they're, you know, going through that type of torment, and who knows what he's done. I know my lack of sleep, from my situation, and I mean, these kids are like 9 and 10. I mean, it's just sad. It's crazy, to think that.
very true. Yep. Very true. And they got to keep that dude in total protective custody because, he would automatically be killed within a day. So they got that dude in a cell 23 hours a day. 23 and 1 is what they call it. You're in for 23. You go out for a half hour for a shower and a half hour for rec time in a cage. Otherwise, he's a sitting duck. Everybody knows who he is. They know how many girls that he's touched. He'd be killed in less than 24 hours. So, which they should put him in general population, but they're not going to because then the family's going to sue his family. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why they don't. Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, hold on.
All good. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, all good. We don't, we're an hour and 53 in, so we're close to wrapping it up anyway. It's all good. We need
Yeah, no,
Heather and shit at 3.
my daughter was just asking me something.
All
Let's
good.
see, what did I miss? Michigan facility knew he was a sex offender too. Oh, I missed what you were talking about, Chrisika. I like that statement, Chrisika. My Jesus doesn't forgive those sins. Facts.
That's true. Very true. Yep.
Right, and is that a true statement too? The Catholic Church has more money than any government in the world? I mean, I find it pretty easy to believe, to be honest, but I'm just curious if that's like, a legit fact. That's pretty insane. Which
Well,
is
our government has no money because we're in debt to China by $2 trillion. So,
oh God,
U.S. government has no money. Technically.
right. I know. I remember when I was younger, I used to be like, why don't they just print more?
Exactly. Something's got to back up that money they print, though.
Right, right. Well, now that I'm older, I know, but that was
Yeah.
always my defending statement. Like, if they need more money, why don't they just print some more?
Yep. That's why we
Mm,
trade oil and different
mhm.
commodities. It's a give me this and I'll give you that type of thing.
Right.
That's
Absolutely.
pretty much what it is.
I think
Yep.
that's why I liked that show on Netflix, Money Heist.
hmm
That's where I got my name for Gilded and Discord Nairobi was from that show. That shit was insane. Such a good show though. I'm just reading back on some of the other comments that I missed while I was reading. Let's see how far back I can go.
All good, Vic. All good. No problem, man. We're here every week.
Yeah,
God willing, we're here every week.
absolutely.
hmm
It was good to see your name in here, Vic. Definitely miss seeing you around for sure.
hmm
The Globe movie. I'm reading Karsika's old comment. It says the Globe movie on how they busted the Catholic Church was hard but a good watch. I don't think I even seen it. I had to write it down to watch it. The Globe. I always like find new like random things that I want to look up from all you guys in chat.
hmm
Yeah, and it is. It's just so ridiculous that that they're quick to sweep it under the rug and not. It's like you're not making anybody accountable for anything by doing that either. You're literally telling them it's okay. You just can't do that here. You know, I
hmm
mean, it's
It's true.
insane.
True, Jojo. They wait until they're in rock bottom to, you know, acknowledge that there's a God and a higher power and stuff. So that's very, very true statement.
Yep, absolutely. And I used to think like when I first got into recovery, well, my first time, people would always be like, "Oh, like God this and God that," and it was overwhelming, because I'm like, I don't really go to church, but I definitely believe in angels. I believe, there's people looking out for you. There's certain things I do believe in. So, um, my second time in my recovery, when I finally was able to like sit with an addiction specialist and come to that understanding that like not everybody can believe in the actual fact of there being a god per se. They do
hmm
believe that there is a higher power, you know. I mean, otherwise, where did everything come from? Like so clearly, yeah. Um, but I felt for me it was easier to believe that there is absolutely a higher power, and um, it is half of the force that helped me to continue and struggle and keep fighting, for my recovery. And now I will be able to have my 9 years in August, and it's like I feel like it was having that belief in a higher power that has gotten me this far too.
hmm
Stubborn queen addict. I don't either. I do believe in higher powers, so I'm in recovery. I've been clean 7 years. Congratulations, stubborn queen addict.
hmm
7 years is a big deal. That's for sure. Oh, Jaime's
figured-
got a premiere.
Yeah, because I figure we're pretty much going off now.
Yeah.
So drop her stuff for anybody
Yes,
who wants to go over.
Thank you.
No
Yeah, you
problem.
guys definitely go check out Jaime and support her. She always appreciates it and supports everybody. We're gonna be getting off anyways, so I can go get the kiddos and go support Miss Jaime myself. Vic said, I've seen a lot of catchers catching predators, but has there been any videos of the victim? Yeah, Vic, there is one on DAP right now. It's called the Logan video, and a woman just actually messaged Jay and asked Jay if he would go with her and help her to confront her abuser. So Jay's dealing with a family issue right now, but he's going to work on a time with her to do that. And I think it is a great idea, you know. I think for a lot of people, that's a huge part in their healing and moving forward. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
well, you guys, we appreciate you so much. And definitely thank you all for coming.
Yeah.
Jojo says, let me just visit Jaime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop down, but everybody have a good day, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for
Yes,
hanging out.
sir.
Peace out, you all, Jules. I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. Thank you, honey.
All right.
All right, you guys. So, for anybody who is new in here, yeah, we do this every Wednesday at 1. So if you ever just need to come and chat, you're more than welcome to come and join us. Sometimes we have survivors up here who tell their story, or they may type it out for us to read it, or send in an audio, or just come on with no camera, whatever way is more comfortable for them. But so we do it both here. So you guys are always more than welcome to come and join us too every week, and we appreciate you all. Let me unpin Nat's comment here. But thank you guys so much, and we appreciate you too. Thank you, Bryden. Have a good week, guys.